Hey there, welcome back to a new video guys of the world in MBTI. Today I'm going to talk about the critical parent, or in socionics the demonstrating function. It's the sixth function in your stack and this causes many mistypes. I will explain why. And yeah, let's just get started with it. So as you can see here, we have an overview of the introverts specifically. And we see the stack. We have all the 8 functions here. The critical parent is the 6th function here. So yeah, let's take a look. INTJs have the TE. They have extroverted thinking as their auxiliary function, which means the critical parent is always the opposite of the auxiliary function. So their critical parent is TI. Very important. So, what does this do? What does a critical parent function do? Critical parent function is basically being critical in a certain way. Now, INTJs are critical of TI. They are critical of TI because that's their critical parent role. Now, what is TI? If you've seen my previous video, TI is related to logic, related to yourself. If you have a set of data, graphs, results, just everything, then the extroverted thinking will cause you to believe the data because it's proven, it's right there in front of you. Now, introverted thinking, they will try to make it logical for them. If the data presented is not logical for them, they will not trust the data. It has to be logical to them. The idea, whatever it is, it needs to make sense to themselves. Now, the critical parent role in this case for the INTJ is the introverted thinking. That means they don't care whether it's logical to them. They don't care whether it's logical to an INTP. They don't care whether it's logical to an ISTP. They literally don't care. That's basically what a critical parent is. If you are an INTJ yourself, you will often use introverted thinking yourself. Whenever you look at data, you will analyze everything you've seen and you will try to see if it makes sense to you, because it's always nice to understand. Now, if you don't understand it as an INTJ, you also don't care. You literally don't care either. You will remember what has been presented to you, you will know, but if you don't understand, that's it. You're still going to believe it because it's been proven. Whether it's logical to you or not doesn't matter. Now, those are 2 ways a critical parent role will be shown. Now, let's take for example, what is another cool one? An ENTP. Let me just write down the ENTP stack. ENTP, they use any, sorry for this, abomination, NETI, what was the next one? FE, and then SI. Now, what is their critical parent role? That must be extroverted thinking, because auxiliary function, opposite of the critical parent. Now, how does an critical parent TE show to others? Now here I have a copy pasta for a TE demonstrative or TE critical parent. How does it show to the outer world? Now, this is how it would look. You have to know what I'm going to say is in a mocking way, because that is how the critical parent function works. Do you have a source on that? Source? A source. I need a source. Sorry, I need a source that explicitly states your argument. This is just tangential to the discussion. No, you can't make inferences and observations from the sources you've gathered. Any additional comments from you must be a subset of the information from the sources you've gathered. You can't make normative statements from empirical evidence. Do you have a degree in that field? A college degree in that field? Then your arguments are invalid. No, it doesn't matter how close those data points are correlated. Correlation does not equal causation. Correlation does not equal causation. Correlation does not equal causation. You still haven't provided me a valid source yet. Nope, still haven't. This is TE critical parent in a mocking way. The ENTP, ENPT, the the ENPT, the ENTP. This has gone wrong, very badly. The ENTP has introverted thinking as their auxiliary function, so they want it to be logical to them. It needs to make sense to them. That's what they care about. They don't care about the data. They don't. They care about the data if it makes sense to them. That's why it comes out in a mocking way like this. Now, the critical parent is all about value. What do you value more? Now, why does this cause mistypes? Like, why? Now, the critical parent role or the critical parent function is usually the strongest function, or the strongest shadow function, and it's almost as strong as your dominant function. You hear that? Almost as strong as your dominant function. Now, just because it's strong doesn't mean it's in your stack. Many INTJs have extremely high TI, but it's in the sixth place in their stack. Now, how will you realize whether it's your critical parent function or your auxiliary function? How do you know? Now, as an INTJ, it's just really easy. Again, take the example with the data. Do you care about the data itself, or do you care about your understanding of it? What do you value more? The data or your understanding of it? So, if you care more about the data, then you already know that the other one is at 6th position, because you can't have TE and TI in your 4 stack. It has to be one of those. You can't have introverted intuition, extroverted thinking, introverted thinking, and then introverted feeling. That's not how it works. It will be in your 6th spot. And now again, how do you notice if someone else uses a certain function as their critical parent? It's in a mocking way. Usually sometimes it doesn't come off as strong. What I just gave as an example is a really strong example, but in INTPs you will usually know whenever they are presented with data, they will analyze it, they will comment on it, and usually it will be their own logic, their own opinion about their data, and not the facts that are presented to it. That way you can see they use TI and not TE. Now, why is the critical parent strong? There are 2 reasons. The main reason is it's the shadow function of your auxiliary function, which in itself is usually really strong. And the critical parent function can also get really strong if you get shut down often by other people. Let's just say we are going to present people with graphs and facts. This is how it is. And people don't care about that. You are talking to ENTPs and INTPs only. They don't care about the facts you've just given them or your logic. Now, eventually, if you get shut down often enough, your ego will get hurt. You will find a different way to think or to present the data to them. Now, this is where your critical parent gets stronger, because you are going to do it in a way that makes sense to the ENTPs and to the INTPs. Now, this is how your critical parent develops or gets stronger. This is also a reason why not everyone has a strong critical parent. Many people do have a strong critical parent. I know that many INTJs have a strong critical parent. But yeah, that aside, I hope this video was somewhat useful for you. I hope this will make typing yourself easier. It's not about which do you use more, it's about which function do you value more, because many times the critical parent function is stronger than your auxiliary function and almost as strong as your dominant function. So yeah, if this video was useful, please smash the like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.